you know, I was a drug addict for 20 years.
Okay, hush, please.
I was a drug addict for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But on July 15th, you know, I mean, well, when all this got started, you know, I mean, it just kept, you know, just coming. I mean, and I know I got what I got inside of me. I know,
Mm-hmm.
and I know what's on these grounds. And I know what's in this apartment. And I just really believe that somehow or another, it was, you know, after my sister died, it started happening 3 months, you know, afterwards. And I think my sister, she wouldn't go outside anymore. That was right before she died, and no one liked her because she loved sitting outside, you know. And she was like she's scared to go outside. I couldn't forget. But I know she was sick, but you know, I just didn't think nothing about it. But then the more I got to think about it now, that's the reason why I think she quit going outside, because she started seeing it, you know, herself. But I was a drug addict 20 years. But July 15th, I took, matter of fact, took this cross.
Mm-hmm.
I took a glass, and I sit right there in the floor. I got on my hands and my knees, and I was crying like a baby. I was crying. And I said, God, I said, please help me now. And I took this cross, and I busted that glass, that pipe. And I said, God, I said, I'm asking you now to come and help me now. And I need a real pastor. Preachers need real people. I don't want more three-piece suits and Mercedes-Benz driving, you know, pastors. I want the real thing. You know, and probably the next day, I didn't hear her knock a door. I opened that door up, and there was a pamphlet fell on the ground. It said Cal Baptist Chapel. And it had the pastor's name there, and I called it. And 10 minutes later, he called me back, and I said, I'm just going to tell you, you know, I started telling him everything. He said, that's all right. He said, we can't be there tonight, but I will be there tomorrow night. We'll come over and he said, if you said, you sound, you know, I know that you're serious. And they come over, next night they were here, you know, and I went and I got baptized again and saved. And I've been in church ever since, you know. And, you know, but it's like, these things, they come after me. And they've been, I know they're inside of me. I can see, I know when they're here. I can feel them when they're crawling on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can, you know, it's like the curtains, you know, I can see them when they're coming to the curtain. I mean, I'm telling you, they just come, one after another, coming at me, you know. But, I mean, that's just it, you know, I mean, and now, I mean, I will never go back to drugs, and I've seen what it done to people, you know. And now I see more of what God does for you and what He will do for you, you know. And, I mean, that's been my life change. I've been in church ever since, you know.
Good.
And I'm not turning around. You know, because my nephew comes over here now and stays with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me the other night, he said, I don't never want you to go back to do what you're doing. He said, you keep going to church. He said, because, he said, I want you to be around here for you know, when watch me grow up.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm going to play football for you. He said, I'm going to play football for my nanny. He talking about my sister that passed away. He said, I'm going to play football and do right for her. And I said, I'll tell you what, I promise you, I'll never go back doing what I'm doing. Never.
Good.
That's good.
I'm sorry about crying on me.
No, it's all right.
But I mean, but in God, He told me there was a reason why that I was put in this situation, because something's happened on these grounds. I don't know what. I can't tell you what, but it's here. They're here. I mean, because when you take, I mean, even I took pictures over in my niece's apartment there.
Mm-hmm.
They're right here. You just wouldn't believe. I mean, that ain't right. And you know, and now they're got inside of me. And to me,
What did they do to you?
they keep trying to get up more inside of me. I can't tell you. My skin's tore up. They tear my skin up. Scratches all day. See right there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, like that right there.
Do you have a cat or anything?
Hmm?
Cat or dog or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, and I don't do no work because I draw this building. I've been drawing this building now about 2 years. That right there, when I was in the bath, the kid was sitting there on the couch. I was there taking my bath about 2 weeks ago. And I mean, it started burning. I mean, burning. And when I raised one, looked at it, Mark was right there. It says there were indentation. And it started burning.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They just, you know, there's a reason why God opened my eyes up to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I mean, you know, I'm gonna tell you, you know, and everybody, you know, and I don't blame. Everybody's asking about the, you know, the psychiatrist and all that. Look, I've been talking to psychiatrists. I've had brain scans. I've had scans on my brain. There's nothing wrong with my brain, you know. And I'm not the smartest person, more book smart wise. But I had to grow up street.
Well, obviously we aren't either. You know what we do.
I grew up street smart. But the one thing that I've learned about this is when you go through life, it's like, you know, I've been seeking God for a long time, but I kept turning away from Him too. But it was also because I was one of my grandmother's approval, because she's always been in church, you know. But when I learned this, but God said, don't do it for your grandmother, do it for my approval.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Exactly.
you do that for God's approval, that's when He will change your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I mean, and I mean, you know, 20 years being drug addict, it's crystal meth. It's 20 years. But it's like my pastor said, he said, God picked you out. He kept you alive for a reason. Because I'm going to tell you something. I should have been dead many times.
Mm-hmm.
I should have, because there was a lot of times where I had OD. I spent 7 days each time in the ICU at Gunflare Hospital. 7 days each time. I woke up 4 days later, and ICU didn't know who I was, where I was, you know, and what happened. And he said, the doctor said, I don't know how you've alive, but, you know, he said, God is keeping you alive. He said, because now, he said, it's amazing. He said, you should have been dead. He said, most men, they've been dead already. But God is